Let's begin with this truth. If you're a high-achieving woman over 40 and it feels like your metabolism suddenly hit a wall, if stepping on the scale feels unpredictable and discouraging, if the nutrition strategies that carried you through your 30s now deliver nothing but frustration, you are not imagining it, and you are not the problem. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerhouse carbohydrates that actually accelerate fat loss, support your metabolism, and stabilize your hormones during perimenopause and menopause. Yes, we are talking about eating carbohydrates. And yes, this goes against almost everything you've been told. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly why the right carbs help you burn fat more effectively in midlife, not less. Let's begin with why your old nutrition strategies stopped working. You've spent your life showing up for everyone. You've built a career. You've taken care of a family. You've handled responsibilities, challenges, pressure, and transitions. And somewhere in all of that, your body started shifting in ways you didn't expect. Maybe suddenly you're gaining weight in places you never used to. Maybe your moods and energy feel unpredictable. Maybe you hit a 3 p.m. wall every single day. Maybe your brain feels foggy even when you're eating clean. And maybe the scale keeps climbing, even when you're eating less than ever. This is not aging. This is your biology adjusting to a new hormonal environment. Once you enter your 40s, estrogen begins declining and fluctuating. Progesterone decreases, which affects your sleep and your sense of calm. Testosterone drops, impacting your muscle tone and motivation. Cortisol becomes more reactive. Your thyroid slows slightly, and your insulin sensitivity decreases. All of these changes affect how your body processes carbohydrates. Now let's talk about why cutting carbs backfires. Most women over 40 try to lose weight by slashing carbs entirely. And technically, yes, you could survive without carbohydrates, but you are not here to survive. You are here to thrive. The right carbohydrates do something incredibly important for women in perimenopause and menopause. They support your thyroid, they stabilize your cortisol, they fuel your brain, they nourish your adrenals, they protect your muscle, and they help regulate your metabolism. When you remove carbs completely, your body becomes more stressed, your cortisol rises, and your metabolism slows even more. So instead of eliminating carbs, you want to choose the carbohydrates that work with your hormones, not against them. Let's begin with the first one. Carbohydrate number 1 is berries, specifically raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, and boysenberries. These berries have unique metabolic properties that make them ideal for women over 40. They contain compounds that support T3, your active thyroid hormone, which keeps your metabolism functioning efficiently. Their natural sugars are used quickly for fuel rather than fat storage. They're rich in antioxidants that reduce inflammation and protect hormonal balance. And the fiber in these berries slows sugar absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes that lead to cravings and belly fat. And no, the naturally occurring fructose in berries is nothing like the high fructose corn syrup found in processed foods. Your body recognizes and thrives on the real thing. Now let's move on to carbohydrate number 2, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes and yams are incredibly supportive for women in midlife. They provide beta-carotene, which converts into vitamin A for thyroid function. They offer potassium, which helps regulate cortisol. And the slow-burning carbohydrates in sweet potatoes give you steady energy without crashes. Adding a little cinnamon on top improves insulin sensitivity, making your body even more efficient at processing these carbohydrates. For most women, sweet potatoes are deeply nourishing and help restore energy levels that have felt depleted for years. Carbohydrate number 3 is wild rice. Most people assume wild rice is a grain, but it's actually a grass seed, and your body processes it very differently than typical grains. Wild rice provides long-lasting energy, a surprising amount of protein, B vitamins for stress resilience, and none of the inflammatory triggers that come with modern processed grains. Choose pure wild rice, not blended versions, to get the full metabolic benefit. Carbohydrate number 4 is cassava tortillas. Many women discover they don't feel great with corn or wheat tortillas. Corn can irritate digestion, and wheat often contains gluten and anti-nutrients that create inflammation. Both can disrupt hormones and elevate stress responses in the body. Cassava tortillas are an excellent alternative. Cassava is a root vegetable that offers clean, stable carbohydrates without inflammatory effects. The tortillas hold together beautifully, making them perfect for wraps, tacos, and meal prep. You'll usually find them in the frozen section, which is actually a good thing. It means they don't contain preservatives or shelf-stable chemicals that interfere with your hormones. The fifth carbohydrate is sprouted grain bread. Look for brands like Ezekiel or Genesis. Sprouting grains dramatically improves digestibility, breaks down anti-nutrients, and increases nutrient availability. These breads combine grains and legumes to create a complete protein, along with complex carbohydrates and fiber. Because they contain no preservatives, you'll find them in the freezer section. That's exactly what you want. And if you've ever tried Ezekiel bread and thought it tasted dry, lightly toasting it makes a huge difference. Stick to the plain varieties for the best metabolic response. Now let's talk about why these 5 carbohydrates work so well together. Each one supports a different metabolic system. Berries support your thyroid. Sweet potatoes support your adrenals. Wild rice fuels your muscle and provides steady energy. Cassava tortillas give you clean, inflammation-free carbohydrates. Sprouted grain bread supports blood sugar regulation and provides complete nutrition. When you combine these strategically, you nourish your body in a way that aligns with your hormonal changes. You give your metabolism what it needs to function efficiently, and you support fat loss, muscle maintenance, and consistent energy. But there is one more piece almost no one talks about: carb timing. Your body processes carbohydrates differently depending on the time of day, where you are in your cycle, your stress levels, your estrogen status, and the amount of muscle you have. Eating the right carbs at the right times accelerates fat loss. Eating the same carbs at the wrong times can promote fat storage. This is exactly why cookie-cutter diet plans fail women over 40. They don't account for hormonal shifts, metabolic adaptations, or stress responses. Here's the empowering truth: you're not failing. You're not doing anything wrong. Your body simply needs a new strategy, one that respects the hormonal landscape you're living in today. When you give your body the right carbohydrates in the right amounts at the right times, everything changes. Your energy stabilizes, your cravings quiet down, your metabolism improves, and fat loss becomes possible again. If you're listening to this and thinking this makes sense, I just need guidance, that is exactly why I created the Strong Beautiful You 6-week reset. Inside, you'll learn how to time your carbs for fat loss, how to rebuild your metabolism, how to eat in a hormone-friendly way, and how to integrate strength training for rapid improvements. If you want step-by-step support tailored for women over 40, you'll find the link below. And if you're not ready for a full program yet, download my 5-day sugar detox. It's completely free and pairs perfectly with this video. Your metabolism is not broken. Your hormones are not the enemy. Your body is simply communicating in a new way. Once you learn how to listen and how to support it, this season of life becomes one of the strongest and most powerful chapters you've ever stepped into.